So with daylight savings coming this Sunday, we lose an extra hours of sleep. What tips can you offer some people to help them cope?
Okay. This is the most tricky thing because some people say it will take a day or two to acclimatize or adjust. Um, and the traffic reports in particular do support the fact that the drivers on the Monday after the spring forward hour in general increase. Why? Because the drivers have been deprived of 1 hour of sleep. They are awake an hour ahead of their regular time. So that's one aspect of it. So some people say it will be within 2 to 3 days. There is a lot of research in Europe, in Germany in particular, whereby they are saying it could take anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks to really readjust the human biological time clock.
6 to 12 weeks
Yes.
for just 1 hour.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I guess any just basic tips you can offer, avoiding exercise, avoiding alcohol before bed, or
Preferably, any of the stimulants, whether it's caffeine or nicotine or any sedative like alcohol, uh, it would be best avoided so that it will not add to the impairment. People who use sedation before bedtime has to be really very careful with the timing. Like the ones who use sleep medication to sleep with, if they take it at 10, the night of the change of time, they should take it at 9, not at 10, because they are going to wake up maybe at 5 instead of 6.
do you get an increase of patients, especially this time of year, with trouble sleeping?
No, our sort of intake is regular. There is not really clear seasonal pattern for referrals as such.
Okay. Why do you think it takes 6 to 12 weeks to fully adjust to that time change?
Okay, because we all have a built-in time clock. It's called the biological time clock. It is synchronized with nature. So you will find in nature all the living creatures are up at sunrise, they are down at sunset, except human beings. And that started to happen from the days of the Industrial Revolution. What compounded it is Mr. Thomas Edison's invention, the light bulb, which turned night to day, and so subsequently human sleep has been really disrupted. People in the old days slept 10 and 12 hours.
Mm. So how many hours of sleep should we be getting?
Okay. There are two different schools. European school are very clearly saying we should really be sleeping 1/3 of the 24 hours, meaning 8 hours.
Okay.
In North America, in general, we are sleeping 6.5 hours. So
Which is not
Europeans are saying, yeah, we are shortchanging ourselves. There is another really biological factor whereby it is true that some people, after 4 hours, they have had enough sleep and they can get on with the day. That's their biology or their genes. There are other human beings whereby, unless they sleep 10 or 12 hours, they cannot function the following day. They are not really lazy or don't have enough gumption, etc. No, biologically they need more sleep. And in general, when people ask, I said, listen, this is typical really like appetite. Some people have a bird's appetite. They pick at food, they don't eat. On the other hand, there are people with pig's appetites. They eat anything. It's a biological thing in many, many ways.
What are some of the long-term, sorry, I'm asking questions that I didn't write
No,
down
it's okay.
beforehand. What are some of the long-term health effects we could possibly get if we didn't get enough sleep during our youth especially?
Yeah, very, very many. It can begin to resemble symptoms of depression, whereby there is no interest, focusing is poor, memory is impaired, the person has no drive or motivation, etc. That's really the psychological aspect of it. If we don't get enough sleep or the sleep is disrupted because of any underlying causes, it is not uncommon now to know that hypertension, diabetes, the likelihood of strokes and heart attacks and raised blood cholesterol are all related to disturbed sleep.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
The fact that sleep is very important, the whole process of wear and tear is only corrected when we are sleeping and sleeping properly. So people who push themselves to have all these energy drinks, etc., are really not doing themselves a good deed or a favor as such.
Okay, great. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.